Is the White House getting a new chief of staff? It certainly seems that way. You remember this guy, Ron Klain. Probably you're familiar with him from Twitter if you happen to be on there. He basically lives on there. He's retweeting all the time, just constantly. Just retweet, 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 retweet. Evidently, he is going away. There's a couple articles saying that it's bye-bye time for Ron. We're going to read that article. But first, let's start with a quick eulogy from Karine JeanPierre, because she got asked about this today at the press room. Karine, there are these rumors about Ron. Is he dead yet?
And there was a reporting that Ron Klain will be stepping down as chief of staff, being replaced by Jeff Zients. Can you confirm that, and when will that change or be effective?
So look, I know many of you have a lot of questions on this. I know that you might have a lot of questions today on this particular story. Don't have anything to preview or share or announce at this time. I do want to take just a personal point of personal privilege, as when the president was senator would say.
Okay.
Look, Ron has
Strange.
been an incredible boss. He is someone that I've enjoyed working with every
What?
day. And we are, many of us, and I think all of us here, are a part of the Klainiacs. If you don't know, I would suggest you go on Twitter and find out what the Klainiacs are.
Don't do that.
But
Don't
he
do
has
that.
been an incredible
Spare yourself.
leader, an incredible boss, as I just stated. And we credit the president.
Did he
as
die?
we
Is he
should,
dead?
for the impressive.
Can we get a welfare check
legislative
on Ron
successes,
Klain?
Historic successes that the president has had the first 2 years. But in part, it was because of Ron's leadership, incredible leadership, that we were able to get that done. So again, don't have anything to share with you all today.
Other than my eulogy.
On this front, but again, Ron has been an incredible leader.
And we'll never forget him.
Just an out of context praise for Ron.
He said, what was that? Just like out of context praise for Ron? Weird. The hell was that kind of a comment? He's not dead yet, Karine. All right, take it easy. All right, so we're going to go through and learn more about this new White House chief of staff who's going to be coming in. Ron Klain is going to be shown the door. And then this winter of death fella is going to be in charge. And so he's going to be running the White House. His name is Jeff Zients. We'll learn a little bit more about him right after we talk about our friends over at Goldco. Because as you know, things are scary out there, my friends. If we've got inflation, we've got war, we've got all sorts of new policies. We've got the Biden administration printing more money in the past 2 years than the previous 100 years combined. Our national debt's over $30 trillion. Inflation's the highest we've seen since 1982. It's only a matter of time before the entire house of cards comes crashing down. If you have retirement savings, IRA, or anything like that, your money could be at serious risk out there. Talk to my friends at Goldco. See how you can protect your retirement with gold and silver before it's too late. Very easy. Go to robertlikesgold.com. If you go there, they'll give you $10,000 or more in free silver when you open a qualifying account. It's over at robertlikesgold.com. And I do like gold. And Goldco is a great company, A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. You can see how vibrant and full it makes you look if you get it. ABG, always buy gold with your friends over at Goldco. Go to robertlikesgold.com. All right. Now, let's learn about why Ron Klain is going away. The story breaks from the Washington Post. They say, in the midst of all this White House chaos, the White House chief of staff plans to leave. You see this fellow right here. He's been in the White House since the beginning, and he now plans to step down in the coming weeks. He played a central role the first 2 years. Two people are familiar with this, saying that the presidency is entering a new phase. During his tenure, he led a polarized country, led through the pandemic, and they have already named a successor. Klain would become the first a member of the inner circle to leave the White House. His exit would come just as Republicans take control of the House of Representatives. So the big question that we had is Ron Klain leaving on his own volition, or is Ron Klain being exited by the White House? Are they unhappy with what they have seen here over this last several weeks with this entire saga? Did he have any role in it? Or is he abandoning ship because he doesn't want to, he wants to get out of the blast zone? He knows the Republicans are coming in. They're going to be coming in hot. They've already explained they're going to be demanding investigations. Jim Jordan, James Comer, all of them have set their sights on the White House, and Ron Klain's going to be smack dab in the middle. We saw a pattern like this with the FBI and others. Remember, they all started leaving too. Guys like Tebow and others exited pretty rapidly as soon as it looked like the Republicans were going to win. That was about 6 months ago. They all started exiting. Klain, whose plans were first reported by the New York Times, has not set an official exit date. He's told colleagues he'll stay on through the State of the Union on Feb 7, will assist in the transition, say several people close. Top candidates are Jeff Zients, Anita Dunn, a senior advisor to the president, which is just hilarious because Anita Dunn is the same person who's married, evidently, to one of Biden's lawyers, right? Biden's lawyer, she's married to either Richard Sauer or Bob Bauer. I think it's Bob Bauer and Anita Dunn. Let's check that. Her husband is Bob Bauer. Yeah, this is Anita Dunn, and her husband is Bob Bauer at the White House counsel. Okay, so in other words, the White House would appoint, if it's not Jeff Zients, which we think it is, if it's not him, if it's Anita Dunn, it's going to be his lawyer's wife. Perfect. So Biden's chief of staff, vice president, and others, neither Klain nor the White House responded to comment. And so that's interesting. Became a chief of staff after serving in senior positions for Obama and Clinton, also worked for Gore and Janet Reno. These are lifetime bureaucrats. Called it one of the most successful tenures of a chief of staff in a long time. And many people are, that's kind of the standard thinking on this, is that this was an interesting departure because the White House had so much success, right? They didn't get blown out in the midterms like many people suspected they might. So why would there be a big changing of the guard unless they're expecting something to happen, or this little document dilemma has proven to be more than they can take? Washington Post also tells us that Jeff Zients, this guy, is now set to be the next chief of staff. So it's not going to be Anita Dunn or anybody. It's this fella here with a big fat, what is that, a pin on his phone there. Here's what he looks like. This is what the story tells us. Jeff Zients is going to be the next chief of staff, going to replace Ron Klain, especially expected to leave in the next couple of weeks. Zients left the White House in April after leading the pandemic response. Oh, great. We have a clip of this one. He returned to the White House in the fall to help Klain prepare for staff turnover after the midterms, a project that was ultimately limited in scope. But in recent weeks, Klain has assigned to him different projects, which some view as preparing Zients for the top role. Klein's expected to step down after February 7th. White House spokesman declined to comment. Republicans have already launched a barrage of investigations into the administration. Merrick Garland has appointed special counsel to investigate Biden. Zients comes to the job with a vastly different profile than Klain. His first job was during Obama. He spent most of his career in the private sector. He has only ever worked in the executive branch with limited political and campaign experience. His personal Twitter account has no posts, which is very different than Ron Klain, who's just tweeting all day long over there. But colleagues have praised Zients as a skilled manager who engenders deep loyalty to the people he oversees, incredibly well qualified, and so on. Now, they wanted a woman for the job. Only men have ever served. And is he a white guy too? Oh my gosh, he might be a white guy. This is I don't know. I don't want to presume anybody's self-identified, ethnicity, but man, that's kind of a scary thing. So the Biden administration is apparently becoming white supremacist at this moment. This is also the fella who shared this very interesting message with us back during the COVID hysteria. Look at this scene from the new incoming chief of staff to the Biden White House, delivering a message in front of this very dystopian backdrop. You see the Führer, Anthony Fauci here, director of the NIAID, up here in the top left of your screen, and Rochelle Walensky over here in the top right of your screen. And they are sitting in front of this backdrop with all of these official logos so that we know how official and real this is and how backed by science it is. And then we see Jeff Zients, COVID-19 response team update. What a bunch of wackos. Let's listen.
We are intent on not letting Omicron disrupt work and school for the vaccinated. We've done the right thing, and we will get through this. For the unvaccinated, you're looking at a winter of severe illness and death. For yourselves, your families, and the hospitals you may soon overwhelm.
They want to protect all of the vaccinated lives, but the rest of you are just going to have a severe winter of illness and death.
On not letting Omicron disrupt work and school for the vaccinated. You've done the right thing, and we will get through this. For the unvaccinated,
You're all going
you're
to die.
looking at a winter of severe illness and death.
Great.
For yourselves, your families, and the hospitals you may soon overwhelm.
Can you imagine? You remember they talked to us like this. We just sat around and let them all just talk to us like this in our own country. Our elected leaders, all of these people, you're all going to die unless you do exactly what we say, or you're going to overwhelm our hospitals and kill everybody anyways. Absolute monsters. So he's going to be in charge of the White House. Of course, we'll continue to cover it. Thank you for liking this video wherever it is you're watching it and subscribing, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the next one.